All right, it is the motherfucking Nerdrap podcast, and I want to bring my man on, somebody when I came into TikTok and really started focusing 100% on creating my own stuff. This was somebody I met who had a lot of experience, who gave a lot of game to me unsolicited, just did it off the strength, and I'm proud to call him one of the few creators I actually have a good rapport with. Introduce yourself, brother, and we can get started.
I am Chandar Wilson. I am the creator and owner of Shockwave Comics Studios. Uh, I have one book out currently, Future Shock. For the moment, you can catch it on Global Comics. The first issue is absolutely free 99, so you ain't got to worry about that. However, there is a caveat. You got to pay to see the rest of the series. But
Hey,
I think after you read the first issue, you kind of want to see what else happens. There's
and
a
I can
lot of
co-sign that.
there's a lot of hijinks that go on. And I cannot either confirm nor deny the possibility of fighting platypi. So there's that.
Listen,
But I also have another. It's a one shot. It's cut up in three chapters on Global Comics that is completely free to read. Also, it is called The Kingdom. So you feel free to check that out as well.
okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. I want to get started on what was the how do you get started in your journey in just creating comic books, and did you start off, because you're an artist as well, so you are a one man machine. Had to salute you off GP. So did you start off just doing commissions for people first, or did you just full on start your own independent properties?
Um, Originally, I just basically just went for what I knew. In the middle of creating my own stuff, I was actually approached by a couple of gentlemen out of Las Vegas to essentially draw their second issue of their book called The City of Myth.
Yeah.
It's an interesting premise and interesting concept in a city filled with people with superpowers.
Mm.
The main character has no superpower.
Oh, okay. So he's the one regular person.
hmm Now, they're not always, earth-shattering superpowers. Mundane things like, growing your fingernails or being able to talk to plants, stuff like that. But they're all superpowers in one way, shape, form, or fashion. And that was the premise. He's a detective that had to work harder than everybody else because he ain't got no powers.
Right.
And it. I will say with absolute certainty that it was a ton of fun working on that book. It was so much fun that they scrapped their original first issue and said, "Okay, we need you to come on, and we need you to go ahead and do the first issue too." So I did the first issue. The second issue ended up doing the third, fourth, and fifth issue. So it's like, yeah, I think I know a little bit of something, a little bit of something.
A little something.
Yeah, and after that, it was kind of like, okay, I've done what I needed to do with these guys, and if they come and approach me in the future, I will help them and work with them at the drop of a dime because they're good people, and
Right.
I appreciate them kind of giving me my jump start. But now, here we are, and I'm 12 issues in on Future Shock, and I'm going strong.
Yeah, you're going. I think one thing that I do respect in this space is the people. And, a lot of the creators I brought on are like more assembling teams per se. So I think for me, it was just more so. I think I just appreciated the fact that like when you came on, I could tell that you were seasoned and how you draw, right? Like how you draw
Yeah,
comes from that classic, anatomical correctness, dynamic posing, like, that early the Marvel prototype, and not in a way that emulates, but like in that standard of it had to be super dynamic, poses had to
Mhm.
be super larger than life. Like there was a way they drew their characters, and like I do get that classical comic style from how you draw. I've always appreciated how you draw, and I want to know when you were leaning into doing your own thing with Future Shock. Is this more of a love letter to your homages or a subversion of your homages?
It's a little bit of both. Um, we all, in the comic book creator space, we all have these particular influences and things that kind of pull us in the direction of liking X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
Superheroes, definitely. But while you're creating your own thing, sometimes you want to deviate from the norm, so to speak. And this is my way of not only paying homage to the stuff that's come before, but it gives me the perfect opportunity to essentially get rid of the stuff that came before, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Nah,
Well,
100.
you've read the issues, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. But it's
It's definitely a nice line you do tote, where
yeah.
like you play with established tropes, but you also show love to the medium of like I can feel the eras of comic books this was because I didn't read '80s era comic books, but like I used to get like the graphic novels like Nightfall and Dennis O'Neil Batman and stuff. So
Hmm.
that's the feel I get from that era of comics from what see you do. So like I like it with like its own spin, right?
Hmm.
Now when you're doing Future Shocks, when you're doing the Kingdom, and I know Kingdom's a one shot because I finally got the chance to read through it all the way, and I was really enjoying the Kingdom. And I want to know what made you think of them like that whole setup. Is Future Shot like a prequel leading to Kingdom, or is Kingdom just like an idea you had to say, yo, I'm just gonna make a team of people create protecting the motherland?
Well, honestly, the Kingdom is a sister book to Future Shock. Um, because I realized that I'm only one man and I can only do so much at one time.
Right.
It's like I've got a boatload of characters, and each character screams to me. It screams for me to give it a proper voice. So the best thing I thought to do was to do like a series of one shot. The Kingdom starting it off. Um, and it's all centered in the same universe that my main book Future Shock is centered in. It's just got a whole host of new and different and interesting characters, with some familiar faces that pop up. And that's essentially what I'm going to do with all of the other little side books and whatnot, the sister and brother books.
Yeah.
um, like everybody, all of these creations deserve a proper voice, and I just hope that I'm able to give them the voice that they deserve.
I like Black Star as a character. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the very like he tries his best to avoid all confrontation. He don't want any
He
issues. He just wants to
he
handle his
wants
business.
everybody, exactly, like he wants everybody to be able to live. It's like from his upbringing, um, which if just read the series, you'll find
Th-
out.
It's
Uh,
free 99 to get into it, y'all. It's Global
yeah,
Comics. It's a good read, I promise you.
um, like his entire upbringing is kind of centered around that. But that also doesn't mean that he'll do whatever it takes in order to peacefully resolve any situations. But when things go left, and if you really want the smoke, he's going to give you the entire fire.
'Cause I've seen the Future Shock. I remember I read through, issue 1 and 2 of your
Mhm.
series, and then I think you were doing a crossover with something
Yeah.
else. And I remember for the crossover specifically, I was more so like, I noticed that he has a consistent thing where it seems like Black Star is almost like a pacifist kinda.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so when you were coming up with Black Star in general, like what was the concept of like, did you just see a particular archetype you wanted to fill as a character, or did you just like what was the uh, idea for Black Star?
Black Star, I came up with during high school. This is back during the very early '90s.
Oh man.
Uh, Back then, he had a Jerry curl, not dreadlocks. Don't judge me. Um, and instead of in order to do the stars on his costume, I had to draw the circles on it and then black some of them out, and it was a whole process.
Yeah.
But as I grew smarter, I learned new ways to do his costume. No problem. But his costume is actually an homage to Starboy from the Legion of Superheroes. I
Mm.
loved his. I just loved his costume. So I was like, you know what? I need this. I need this. I need to draw this on a regular basis. But I'm going to put my own spin to it. And
Right.
instead of the white cloth, it is gleaming metallic armor. Um, Over the years, the Jerry curl got replaced. Thankfully, a friend of mine who is has his own book, Project Wildfire. He is my oldest artistic friend. Actually, he's my oldest friend. Period.
Mm.
Uh, so I can't even just say he's my artistic friend. But
Right.
um, he was so happy when I made the decision to switch it from the Jerry curl to dreadlocks. It's like, oh, thank God.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, pimping. I don't know what I'll do. Listen. If the artwork good, it is what it is, right? I'll take it, right? And you got a dope art style. I take the dreads definitely do him a lot more justice. Jerry
Yeah,
Curl, he a little crazy as hell.
yeah, yeah. He, for a minute, he was in limbo. He was out there, baby. He was out there. Uh, but thankfully, we changed that. Um, the other thing is, I just needed some more. I need some more black folks in comics that weren't named Storm or T'Challa or Cyborg or John Stewart. It's like four or five. These are the
Right.
mainstays that we always see, and I love them. I don't get me wrong, I love them, but I need more. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it my way. So
Do
there
it
you
my
go.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
And
do you go ahead? I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off.
oh no, no, it's fine. It's fine.
So I just wanted to ask just to build on because I did an interview earlier, and um we are talking about just the nature of things, with the God hand comment things that happen. I don't want to get into specifics of that individual, right? I don't want to be I don't Yeah, I don't want to be chatty, right? We already did, like, obviously we talked about our politics, where I stand politically, where I stand on certain things. Um but I did have another creator who may be a little more right leaning than me. But I was trying to be fair in the interviews. I felt like a little blindsided, my nigga, right? But I wanted to ask you just in your thoughts. Do you feel as though like um there is a level of people overtly policing people's political ideologies? Do you feel it's overt? Do you feel that it's genuine when was you are a black person in the community, but you advocate for ideologies we may feel extreme or harmful to us? You know what I mean? Is there a way where you can still have right leaning ideology but still be respectful to the community?
It is
Yeah.
entirely, I think that it is entirely possible to have certain conservative ideals, um, you know, uh, um, fiscal responsibility. Um, that being one of the number one things. The problem is when you look into the conservative, the actual conservative practices outside of the ideals, it doesn't match. Like, like just it just simply doesn't match. You
Right.
if you say one thing and you do another, that makes you a
Hypocritical.
hypocrite. Yeah, it does. And I don't have any fear of retaliation. If folks like it, cool. If they don't like it, that's still cool. I stand on business because that's the only way I know how to do things.
Yeah.
Uh, Politically, you can be a Republican, but but you better understand the true nature and the true history that you as a black person, while you're here in this country, that your ancestors have been through.
Yeah.
Like I don't deal with Uncle Toms. I don't deal with grifters. I just don't, because it makes me feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
If baby, if all you've ever done is run Kickstarters to promote and push out your book, God bless you. I'm glad that you've done
Man,
it.
dog.
But and then hmm, and I'm going to say this because I got I don't have any skin in the game any longer. Um, there was a point in time when before Antagonist number one dropped. I remember he was on Facebook in one of the comic communities, and he asked, he said that he was having some trouble getting the book formatted for print. I was the person that formatted just his doggone book for print, and
Oh.
looking back on it, I feel like a fool. It's like I shouldn't have helped you at any point. I shouldn't have gave you. I shouldn't have backed
I shouldn't
any
have
of
gave
your
you
books.
shouldn't have gave you shit.
Exactly, exactly. Like I shouldn't have done anything for you, but at that particular point in time, I didn't know who exactly I was dealing with. But like like the adage goes, when they show you who you are, you better believe them.
Just believe him, you know. Um, I'll say it like this, right? Because especially when I come into this space, I take people for what they tell me based on face value. Because I just assume you're not lying to me, right?
Yeah,
That's how I treat
yeah,
everybody. Like if I talk to you, I just assume why would you be lying to me? There's no reason to. You don't know me. Like I wouldn't assume that. But when it comes to when I talk to black folk here, like I'm a proud black person. Um, I love black people. Black people support me. I have a good rapport with black people, but when I talk to some creators, they say they didn't have the best experience in certain black nerd spaces, and you know, I try to be fair. And anyone I talk to, like, hey, maybe you had an anecdotal experience that was a little fucked up to you. All right, we can like I'll talk to you on there, at least meet you where you at. Like, I'm not trying to have a debate with anything I have on the platform because I do want this
right,
to be a space where we're here about comic books, but I have to make it clear just off principle where I stand politically. But I do feel with some folk because like I don't mess with Uncle Tom's in real life.
right,
So I don't like I never really checked for Tyler Martin. I'll be 100. I never knew. I just don't happen to be in these groups. So I just see what other people say about you. But in my mind, I ain't had that relationship with you. So that ain't none of my business. you know, I don't know if maybe people didn't get their copies. A lot of people said about your copies. Blurred had the issue with Rob from Comics Explained. Hey, if me in my mind, if your man a coon, that ain't my place to call you and check if you a coon or not.
yeah,
Because I'm gonna keep it a band. You a grown ass man.
yeah, yeah,
You know how that came off. And I guess Blur was trying to be a homie, like, hey, bro. You looking kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So like maybe maybe it was the best intentions. Like it's not my business. You know what I mean? It feel like I do feel like in a larger discourse with everybody chiming in, it is feeling like at a point we shouldn't be trying to tell Rob to be more pro black than he is. If he don't fuck with niggas, he just don't fuck with niggas.
Yeah, that's really all it boils down to. Like
Like
you,
you don't gotta force me to support black comics. Like you ain't never had to be like, yo, you don't support black people. What's going on?
it's and it if that is his choice and that's his stance, I'm not going to stop you from doing the thing that you do. However, that doesn't mean that I have to support you in the
No,
thing you do.
I don't got nothing for you.
Right.
You
Like
know,
we're I'm a very, very grown ass man. And I've I'm not gonna throw a rock and hide my hand. Um I am for inclusivity. I want an inclusive community
vice
there.
versa.
Yeah. And like because I want that inclusive community, that means I want folks of all races, creeds, colors, uh, of whatever sexual orientation you are, of whatever religious orientation you are. It doesn't matter to me. What I
Yeah,
want is for you to go out there and if you create good books or read good books
just put it
because
out, man.
I
Like,
like being put on too. Like this, The Dead of Night.
yeah, I've been seeing Shorty promote that book too.
Oh, it is so good, and I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Um, e- like I another one of the homies, a trading justice,
Mm,
baby. I love that. I love it all. Like, mm, even Vital Function.
we got all that, John boy.
Like, I don't just, I can't just simply talk about it. I also have to be about it, especially,
Oh yeah, Scion. Yeah, I've been seeing Scion, man. Salute to Crimson Sleeper Studios, man. Like I,
yeah, it
it
is some good stuff.
it's
Like,
been an honor be to be part of this community. I can say that, bro, because it's like it's so supportive, bro. Like everybody shows love to each other. Like I can only say that based on my experience.
yeah,
I've been embracing this space. I've been people supported my books. People want to do crossovers. I want to do crossovers. I'm like, but
yeah.
people when people tell me their experiences about coming into spaces and not being embraced, it really be throwing me off. Cause I'm like, when I was a nerd, a lot of us were the niche, ostracized. Like that wasn't really like a cool thing yet. So we
Right.
were like, there was a lot of trans folk and gay folk that I grew up with who were X-Men fans who were intimate. Like Mystique was like an LGBT hero for real because she was gender fluid.
Yep.
So like I'm like, where were y'all at? Where these characters who were already in these spectrums were very popular? Like we forget the Teen Titans, half the team was gay. And like we thought I say this all the time when they got upset about Tim Drake being gay in the comic books. And I'm like, bro, where the fuck were y'all at, bro? I used to read Batman. I remember we all thought Tim was gay. I thought that was just
I
he
mean,
had girlfriends at all. I still thought he was gay.
it like, and you know what?
I didn't care. Like Tim
Honestly,
Drake's still our Robin.
exactly. Like it didn't matter to me.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
just
weird.
gave the character themselves more nuance. Like Bobby Drake, Iceman came out and it's like, oh, this is new, this is different. Cool. You know what? The sun still rose the next day. It still rose in the east and set in the west. You know, the world keeps on moving, baby. You know, it's not like he had his own full-fledged series that was in the 200s. You know, y'all have already always treated Bobby Drake as the side character anyway.
When has
So,
Bobby Jake been treated like somebody that had anything spectacular going on other than being a strong supporting character? Like he powerful, he is
yeah.
strong. Like he's good for the fight scenes. You know, he give him some personality, but you
Mm-hmm.
know he don't really do much. Like a lot of the X Men get sidelined. They're just good. They're just good for the fight scenes. They got a good power set.
Mm-hmm.
That's and Bobby Drake's one of that. Like they don't really do much for Storm. Do you feel that like? And I want to make sure I ask this, you know, because you know you've been a fan of comic books, probably just more than me, just from reading consistent, runs and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you feel that comic books are like more trying to just riff on old tropes versus just being like the independent medium that it is just telling good stories? Do you feel like, because like I see the events, they have an event always starting to reissue ones.
Mm-hmm.
Is it less story focused and more spectacle focused? Like, well, what are your thoughts on like how it was in comics to how it is?
One, it depends on who the writer really is. Um, let's take for instance the whole world under Doom. Y'all could have had that wrapped up in its own 6 issue miniseries that didn't have to tie off into other Marvel Comics, even stories,
Yeah.
and it would have sufficed. It would have told the story that needed to tell. Um, no offense to the writers and artists involved, but it felt unnecessary. It felt to me, it just felt like more of the same. Now you've taken Doctor Doom, supposedly taken Doctor Doom off the table.
Mm,
He'll be back.
yeah. Yeah.
He'll
It's
be back.
it's. I feel like it's times where like they introduce a new era of heroes, and
Mhm.
I felt like we should have really got that chance to like get their time. Like they had
Yeah.
Sideswipe, they had the Monkey Kid, all these
Mhm.
new heroes y'all introduced, and like y'all have to like give us stuff with these guys, because
Yeah.
some of these are really cool ideas. Like he had a
Yeah.
Spider-Man like character, but instead he teleports around
Yeah.
versus
Sideways. Sideways.
sideways. Yeah, and I mean, not trying to be funny, his design was slick enough. Y'all
Yes, it
could have got
was.
away with some good storylines, give us some interesting villains, challenge them in some ways. Ain't nothing wrong. Tim Drake was like the DC Spider Man for a long time.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
not gonna do that.
the Robin.
As Robin, like he was
Yeah.
the big teen hero. Like, I remember he had his own comic book. He was the
Yeah.
Robin had his own series.
Yeah. The longest running Robin series ever, because you can't really count Nightwing because he was a full fledged adult then. And he
Exactly.
wasn't Robin at that
And
point in time. So no looking back.
Robin, even with Nightwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even with Nightwing, I just feel like he was his own character for so long, and I feel like because they're so bored with these stories, I felt if y'all made him Batman, y'all should have stuck with it.
Yeah.
It pisses me off that you should have stuck with his run as Batman. Like Deathstroke was a Dick Grayson villain.
Yeah. Like if you DCKO, conversely, uh, DCKO was ridiculous, but it was fun.
It was fun.
That's the thing. It was just fun. It's like it was the DC Universe tournament arc,
It was
and
a silly excuse to have them fight each other, and we
yeah,
got some cool fights. We did.
yeah,
Like
we got some cool stuff to come out of. It's like that is the type of crossover that I miss seeing. Um, like Civil War meant something. Um, Crisis on Infinite Earths meant something.
yeah, yeah,
Some of the stuff that has come after these things have happened have been nothing more than, it's been a lot more spectacle than anything. Like it definitely gave you the sizzle, but you were kind of lacking on the steak, so to speak.
And you can't blame one or more publishers because I mean, if you want to be honest, even with Image Comics and Invincible, the Invincible War arc, they had a big crossover with Viltrumite War. They did a crossover events. Not that
Hmm.
many because they're independent. I say that they did one. So
Yeah.
crossovers are a staple of the medium, but I just think, man, with DC and Marvel, it's a crossover every year.
Hmm. Because it
So
is.
it's like we don't even get a solo run to breathe. I mean, these things come out monthly, so we only get 12 books for in the next crossover. So these are only
Yep.
12 issue runs. It's like, damn it, man. Like we used to get like 50, Miles, he'll get a 40 issue run, but hell, half of it's crossovers.
Hmm. You're right. And
That's-
a lot of it just simply isn't necessary.
No.
It's like give me a good 5 year run where there ain't no real crossovers. You have pop ups here and there. A couple of characters tag teaming for a story, whatever. Stuff like that. But no real deal actual crossovers. You give me
Right.
that, and I'd appreciate you more because you're giving all these other stories, all these other books room to breathe, room to grow, room to evolve. Most importantly, I'm tired of seeing Peter Parker broke.
Yeah, man. Bro, get a decent job, bro. Like, you done been a professor. You build machines and stuff. You can
Yeah,
go. You can work in somebody's car shop, fix a car. You can build spider.
I know,
Like,
right?
come on, man. Like,
Like, I get tired of seeing the X-Men have to go all the way back to Westchester to restart the school again. When you had an entire island, a living, breathing island,
yeah, that's what
and
makes
you
it
can call
annoying.
home. I was like,
You know,
man, if y'all gonna get up, and then there's Mars. Went as far as to terraform Mars. There ain't that many doggone mutants that were on Krakoa's sister, or the other part of Krakoa that was shunted off to another dimension. And whenever y'all pulled them back, y'all send them all to Mars. Mars is much bigger than what you think it is. Like, y'all got them all centered in one area, baby. No, you got the rest of the planet. You terraform the whole thing.
I just
Move
feel like
Krakoa there.
y'all had so much time where y'all could have just made the X-Men like their own planet, their own rules, their own characters. We don't even got costumes no more. It's just mutants. It's just powers. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like we could have told all types of cool stories. We could have told like like the Sonic comics back in the day. How the
Yeah.
Sonic comics had such an ensemble cast. On one hand, these storylines were long and convoluted. On another
Mm-hmm.
hand, eventually that's what a comic book series will become. It's gonna be a series of characters, and this character may be interesting, and we like him. We give him a side story. One of the
Right.
Metal Sonics was a sympathetic hero turned villain, and he ended
Mm-hmm.
up being one of the favorite characters back in the day. Like I was a Archie Sonic fan, so I remember how long these storylines would be going on until they reset everything.
Yeah. Like,
And
and even then, there's no need to reset everything. Like,
no,
just continue to evolve.
yeah, just
I bet
and
not put. I better not redo Future Shock #1. I bet not.
yeah, you gotta let that be what it is, man.
Hmm.
So
Like,
I mean,
mm,
go again. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry.
oh no, I was just like, I've gone through too much in order to get as far as I have so far, and I still got a ways to go. So yeah, I'm gonna let that be.
Yeah, I think and that that's why I asked, just in general, like, we talked on a live all the time, so I know where you stand in certain things, like where I stand on certain things. But in this space particularly, how has been your experience in like the black blurred space just recently on TikTok specifically? Do you think TikTok has really like helped you connect more with this new just comic world? Because I know it's different from the Facebook groups. TikTok is a whole different beast.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Um, Honestly, it has been much. It's been a breath of fresh air, to be honest. Um, I'm not the most, I guess, vocal comic book creator. Um,
Right.
even though I could be. Um, I just don't. I after I get through putting my process videos together and throw some music on, it's like, okay, I'm done. Time to move on to the next thing. Like, I, there's no need for me to give 20 minutes of exposition on whether I think that uh, uh, I should use blue or purple in Black Panther's coloring scheme. Like, there's no need.
I'm drawing it already.
Yeah,
I ain't got time to stop and think.
I'm just gonna go on ahead and put this process video out here. You throw some characters at you, let you put together your own head canons until I drop it. That's
That's
that. That's it. That's all I got for you right now. Uh, when others ask me about characters and things, though, uh, I'm very what's the word? I'm open. I'm just simply open to what can be done, and wanting other people to get to know not only the characters but also kind of get to know me. So yeah, there's that. There's
I'm digging
definitely.
it. No, I do appreciate that. I think the fact that because I see a lot of these spaces I be in, but they speak about you in high regard. So they definitely, and me included. Like, when I talk to people and your name come up, man, I speak in good regard. You put me on game to just how to do the process myself. Get it as cut out as much middleman, especially since as artists, writers, and artists. Do you feel that that gives you that edge where you really can, like because I talked to a lot of authors, it's like a nightmare for them to put a team together. Now, I've been in these groups. I've been fishing for commissions. So I know these niggas be scamming. I don't even be trying to like stop the hustle. Some of these niggas be scamming. I've been in group chats where we trying to get a project. I'll get. I got my gig, so like I never had to. Like if I have for a deposit, bro, like I'm gonna send you like the layout that hour. Like I
Right.
don't play about my money. Like I was big on. There's a reason I demand a deposit because you gonna get your work. But man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew some people who like, yo, I don't trust the deposit. I couldn't even be mad at them.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird because
You ain't ever bump in a group chat and like running into them people scamming in one of the Facebook groups.
I have I have on more than one occasion. Uh, Either the money wasn't right, or you're asking, this person is asking, you know, me to pull George Perez and draw 30,000 characters, but you only trying to pay me $25. Like, no, no,
Yeah,
you only
hell
get
no.
you get a bust. That's what I got for you, a bust. And after a while, I just kind of stopped doing commissions and things because, first of all, if I like your character, I'm just gonna draw your character. Just full stop. It. There are the side project that I'm working on, drawing 130 independent comic book characters.
Yeah, you been killing that shit, man.
So I'm at 98.
This ain't even your first collabo picture with indie creators either.
It
This is
is
the biggest.
not.
This is the biggest one though.
This is going to be the one that has the most characters I've ever drawn in one piece. But
That is fire.
like I'm, it's just one of the things that I do. I've I challenge myself artistically on what I think is possible. Was it 2003 to not 2003, 2023 or 2024? I forget which year, but one of those years I did 365 different comic book characters.
Mm.
I had a whole year to finish it. I finished in November. 365. So I know if I can do that many in a year, 130s, I can definitely do 130.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Um, one thing I've always liked about how you draw, and is particularly how you draw your characters, because I was a big, and I told you before, I was a Jim Lee fan, Michael Turner. I was the '90s baby, so I grew up on Wildcats, Wildstorm, Spawn. That was as far as American comics for me. That's what it was. Sin City, Frank Miller. That was what '90s comics was to me. Dark Knight Returns was my first real Batman book before I went back and discovered other stuff.
Right.
Um, but I will say, like, what I do like about your style too is like, because I think you told me before, like it's like 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 super buff men just like slamming into each other like wrestling.
Yeah. Like Big E said, big meaty men slapping meat, baby. That's what we came here for. We came to see a fight. We came to see a fight. Big meaty men slapping meat.
That just sounds so crazy.
I know it is. It is insane. But hey, that's what we came here to see.
I love it though.
Doomsday and Superman, big meaty men slapping meat.
Y'all, because that's what if you watching wrestling. Let's be honest, you are watching big
Big meaty
burly men
men
slam into each
slapping
other.
meat. That's it, baby. That's that's the American dream.
That's diabolical.
It is
But
the American dream, and I love it. I can't lie, I love it. Like I'm as much as a comic book fan I am also a wrestling fan. There's two things in this world that I wanted to do when I was growing up. That is to draw comic books and to be a pro wrestler. I learned in 1992 body slams actually hurt.
listen, bro.
That padding is real thin on those mats. It hurt. It hurt a lot. Your back will not like you in the next morning. It's like, nope, nope, nope.
I don't think people realize too. Like I wasn't the biggest like. I like wrestling. Like I like the Attitude Era because I remember I was into the John Rey Mysterio was wrestling for custody of his kids. I was there, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that's when I fell off because on one hand I'm like, all right, who are you? At that point, I didn't realize that the theatrics is part of. We know it's dumb, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, these wrestlers are really committed, and we're
Yeah,
invested now.
yeah. Like I've been watching wrestling since the mid to late 70s.
Oh, you have some golden eras of wrestling, man.
WWF at the time, before Vince Jr. took over. Uh,
Mm.
Bruno San Martino still world champ. It's like, damn, how long you gonna hold this belt, man? Dang. Uh,
Was it different? Not
it
under
was,
Vince Senior versus Vince Junior.
oh yeah, it was definitely different. You didn't have all that TV. You had the TV up in the the New York, right around that area. You had, they stayed in Madison Square Garden. Um,
Mm.
they didn't have the nationwide exposure at that particular point in time. Um, Conversely, when I'd spend the summers down at my great grandmother's house and my grandparents' house in Missouri, deep down in the boot heel of Missouri in the South. Uh, yeah, there was no WWF. There was Channel 5 wrestling
Okay.
with Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee and Jerry Jarrett and Austin Idol whenever he would pop in, and Jimmy Valiant whenever he would come through the town. And you know,
So they
I,
had. I do remember old wrestling. Each one of them, there was a regional
mhm,
organization for every place. Okay.
yeah, and the that the Memphis territory was really and truly, it became a breeding ground for the talent that would eventually come to dominate the next few decades of wrestling. The first time anybody really paid any attention to Hulk Hogan, uh, he was down in Memphis.
Hmm.
Uh, before Macho Man Randy Savage went to the WWF and truly became Macho, he was wrestling in Kentucky and Ohio and had a big feud with Jerry Lawler. It was brilliant stuff. Um, the Road Warriors. You could tell they were still green, but you just the simple look of them was like, they're gonna hurt me, aren't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna hurt you a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just you know.
I look at the golden era of a lot of things when I see that. Like on one hand, man, the talent was undeniable, the hunger was undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
I see early on it became really exploitative, and
Yeah,
just to relate it to comics, especially since you started doing commissions and stuff. I got into being scamming to be funny. You know what I mean? Because some of these artists be scamming, but some of these writers be scamming. Like some of these
yeah,
guys be scam. I know some artists too who done drew like 5, 10 pages and turned it in, and buddy like, oh, I don't got the money no more. Like um,
yeah,
I was part of a project, man. I ain't gonna everybody out say his name, but just for the sake of it, he had life going on, and I think he started a group chat at the time trying to do a comic book. And, you got life going on. You probably should be focused on that. I ended up telling him that, so I don't feel no way about saying it. But he had a lot of dudes in there. These guys is like, they hungry. They want their
yeah,
commission. They trying to get paid. So buddy, like, yo, man, my rate 250. You paying me or not? Like, I could be taking another job. All of us is in there, and mind you, he made me I was the lead artist in the process. I'm feeling myself like, I'm the lead artist. I don't give a fuck.
mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna get paid. But now I'm like, shit, nigga, you ain't got no money. So like, you wasting my time. Like I could be doing something else.
Right, right.
and but do you feel like it's do you feel that the comic industry puts people in a position where they're so desperate to make it that they try to get such a high quality product while exploiting people around them to get them? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yes. Sadly, this is a reality.
I don't think so.
Um, there's I think there's always going to be, those bad actors out there that really,
Bring me
trying to
what you
take,
need. I'll let it charge here for a second.
yeah, they really try to take advantage of, the young hungry artists, the young hungry creators. Um, that's just simply going. That's it's not going to be any. It's nothing new under the sun. So that's always going to be reality.
Yeah.
Like my job, since I've been around the block for a few minutes, is to, I guess, inform and enlighten other young creators that I feel are the next generation um, that can really turn the industry on its head. Uh, I feel like it's my job to A, protect them, and B,
Yeah.
give them the absolute best advice that I can give them. Because like I can spot a bad deal when it's coming. I
Yeah.
know I've been through enough to know, you know when the shoe's going to drop, and it's like, yeah, this is going to turn out bad. So just
Nah, it's good we got people like you who've been around, you know what I mean? And like I said, I've been doing it for a little minute, you know, commission and stuff. So, you know, I've kind of seen both. I've seen artists who, you know, man, hey man, they really put in pain, bro. And someone's like, I don't got the money for you.
yeah, yeah,
And because we're so hungry to build a resume. I was the same way. I didn't start a job. I'm just one dude pissed me off so much, bro. It was like this fan Dragon Ball comic book, and I've always told you I'm not the best at backgrounds. So when he asked me this, I felt this is my chance to really practice background. So like I'm looking up old Dragon Ball Z movies for architecture. I'm pulling up Google Maps how to properly map out a street. Like I really went out of my way. Like I'm proud of those pages to this day. I did about 5 pages. So I'm thinking, yeah, I know I'm about to get this deposit. It's nothing. I've been doing it. I needed the money. I was young and kind of stupid. I was in between jobs. I'm like, hell yeah. Shouldn't be in between jobs trying to do no comic book shit. And I got kids.
yeah,
So, I'm again, I ain't gonna lie to y'all like I wasn't acting stupid. This is why I tell anyone, please get you a job. Do not pimp yourself with your talent, trying to live off that and chase the dreams at the same time. Get yourself stable.
yeah,
Ain't no got to be a dream job. Get you something stable that pays the bills, that makes sure you can eat, handle your business, so you can comfortably work on your shit. I know people think I gotta fight through the pain. That's dumb. I did that shit. I made some money. It was time I felt I could live without a job, but then the commissions dry up.
yep,
Recessions hit. People got to choose between getting some pretty pictures and some bills.
yep.
You
And
know,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too many people who will choose the pictures over the bills.
listen, everybody gonna choose those bills.
Man,
Someone told me the other day, it's like, oh, I was trying to get it. I'm posting, they looking for artists. I'm always gonna chase a little bit of money. But you're like, yo, man, I think your stuff's good, man. I just don't think I could afford you right now. And I'm like, why the fuck are you looking for an artist? I just don't understand why you would like. I'm not. I mean, damn, you ain't even try to propose a business deal like someone on the back end. You just immediately say, I can't afford you. Like shit.
like, well, at least he was being honest.
I appreciate it, but I'm like, damn, like a part of me like, should I be trash or maybe you give me a chance? But I did want to ask just in general, what would you advise somebody as a single creator? What advice would you give them to like healthily navigate getting into this space without feeling like you're gonna burn yourself out?
First and foremost, research. Research everything. Uh, if you're primarily a writer, research other writers and how they approach scripts. Because no one person, no nobody does scripts the same way.
Right.
Um, Two, if you're an artist, uh, learn how to draw everything and know what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Um, you can accentuate your strengths and over time strengthen your weaknesses if if you research and you do things just right.
Yeah.
Um, and that really and truly goes the same for if you're writing or if you're an inker or a colorist or a letterer, just and never be afraid to learn something new. Never
Right.
stop learning. Like the learning process is integral, especially when you're running solo. Like I write, pencil, ink, color, letter, and now print my own books in house. I don't have a need to pay anyone else to do anything for me unless I absolutely want to. That if I started a Kickstarter today, it's all profit because I already got everything I need.
Yo, I did want to ask that too about Kickstarter because, like me personally, like I'm the same as you. I draw and write my stuff, so I don't really need your money to do what I want to do. I'm just gonna do that shit anyway. I'm gonna put it out regardless if anybody put it into it. I'm still gonna.
Yeah.
I don't gotta pay nobody. But I do want to ask, right? Um um, hey, you want to take those thighs out, take those thighs out from the freezer. But I did want to ask, just in particular, do you feel that when it comes to like coming into comic books, that for authors they have the expectation of making like the greatest art in the world is gonna do enough? Did they like what would you say like because I feel like authors sometimes get a bad shake in this because they gotta gamble finding a good artist. They gotta gamble. And I'm saying that as an artist. Like I think, sometimes the author they may pay you a price, bro. They just want to find someone to work with them. What would you say for like an author coming into comics specifically?
As an author coming in, they definitely are going to be under a lot of scrutiny, but a lot of that scrutiny is truly unnecessary and unwarranted. Uh, because they're just like, while they are, I've talked to so many writers who have zero artistic ability that it's like they don't understand that they are an integral part of this process, that they're an integral part of the story itself. um, they do get a bad rap, like they're expecting a magnum opus right off the bat, and the truth is that's not the case. It really takes time to hone your craft. Writing is no different from penciling or any of the other disciplines, because
Facts.
you still have to be good enough and confident in your own abilities enough to put something out. If you are a writer artist combo, it makes your job a little bit easier.
Yeah.
um, it might make it a little longer, but it definitely makes your job easier.
Yeah.
But I think that writing is an integral part of it. But while a lot of, well, I know a lot of the bigger companies will say that the writer is the most important aspect of the story. Actually, that's not really true. Um, because we've been exposed to too many instances where the writer doesn't really give you the thing that that you want him to deliver. Perfect example, Jonathan Hickman, and I love Jonathan Hickman's work. I adore his work. Uh, this little the intergalactic war, that the little crossover thing that did. It ain't work. It ain't work. I know what he's trying to do. I appreciate him for trying. I give him points for trying. It ain't work. It ain't works. What was the series before that? Gods. Mm, yeah, that. I still love you for it, but that, that ain't it.
Hey man, sometimes I feel when it comes to certain creators, when it comes to the writer, I think we don't understand how symbiotic the author and writer relationship is. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like the writer gives an idea, but the artist has an artistic vision. They have a storytelling vision, especially a good artist. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like the the authors I work with personally, my man James Marsh, I work with my other homie Caseyante the Great. Like I see their vision sometimes, and mind you, I always try my best to make sure I'm still honoring what they wrote. And so when I'm doing dialogue, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna try to fit in these panels what you want them to say. Like, it's still your story, but like,
Yeah.
if I feel this will look dope, I feel if this is a dope visual, this communicates what you're trying to get in your script. As an artist, as a storyteller, I only try to compliment what you give me because, like, I'm proud of what we're doing together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But good authors, I feel, um, work. Good authors. It's a symbiosis. The good author gives the writers, the artists, room to breathe. You
Hmm.
know, my man Marsh, he'll be like, "Yo, there's a fight scene here, bro. Point A, point B, have at it." So now, if I want to make this the most intricately choreographed combat scenario, make this environment, you gave me the room to do so.
Right.
So,
If like I know Nathan Rouse, he is writing our crossover. Uh,
mhm.
when I drop a new page every other day to him, um, he always tells, he is always in awe of it, and he doesn't question it. And I'm waiting for him to ask me the questions like, well, why'd you do like this? As opposed to, how I had it in the script.
Mhm.
And I've been waiting for that response, I've been waiting for that reaction, but it's like everything just simply still fits. Like he has enough trust in me to deliver on the artistic end of things. Hell, he has enough trust in me on the lettering side of things that he just lets me go. He lets me go and do my thing because he knows it's going to get done.
Yeah.
And the crossover that I'm talking about, crossover that has five indie comic publishers, um, the Idleverse, Radical Comics, Legends Press, Starcross Comics, and Shockwave Comics. Uh, so yeah, we got some ooh, just from the story itself. It is something that is going to be massive, and my job on it is I am I'm on art duties as well as lettering duties.
It's your job to cook that food.
I'm 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 not gonna cook a burger and some fries. No, no. If you want, I can cook a burger and fries. But I'm out here. I'm. I've got the biggest, baddest porterhouses.
Oh yeah,
I
this a steakhouse
season,
here.
I've seasoned them up to absolute perfection, and I'm throwing it on the grill so they can get a nice medium. If you like yours medium well, cool. If you like yours full well done, there's something wrong with you. You need to go to jail. It's wrong. You don't eat steak well done. Well done steak is a hamburger. But that's neither here nor there. The important thing is the important thing is
Boy, wow, man. But I feel it though. I feel it.
like that's my job. That's what I do. I want to make crossovers actually mean something. Uh, there's actual stakes in the crossover, and what happens after the crossover is something that can potentially still spill out into other people's books and universes.
I ain't gonna
It's like,
lie to
yeah,
you.
we could do that, but
I,
we
I,
could do just a simple crossover, but no, let's get real stakes.
Me personally, in my opinion, I'm just waiting until I get my little joint together, so like I can get my crossover stuff together. 'Cause I want to do crossovers with all you guys and stuff. I've always wanted to do that. I just want to what you call it. I don't know, man. I just want to actually have an IP that I feel like is suitable for everybody crossover. Because a lot of people do something a little conventional. I got some Looney Tune shit going on, so I'm like, I don't know.
That's fine because you know what? I've got insane characters too.
Oh
I
yeah,
I have characters that are completely and absolutely off the wall, but are still canon to my universe. like
right.
like
And,
it makes no sense, but it is what it is.
Cause I do want to do something with Detective Z and Black Star so bad. Like I felt like that would be like the ultimate like collabo between their personalities. I really been ever since we started talking and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, because I'm like, you got a character. She's like a pacifist, low key, and like she's kind of like an old weary soldier type. Like you've just been like, you've been here too long. So like, but they both want to be legit good people. Like they legit don't like to harm people. It's just while he may be more optimistic, she's more jaded and
Mm.
like I don't like violence, but I usually have to be violent kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
whereas like but it's both from the perspective of good people put in situations where their morality is tested. And I
We,
always
I'm going to say this. I'm gonna put this out here in the universe. We're going to make this happen one way or another. There, good people, you've heard it first. I'm putting this out here in the universe. It is now officially in the ether. It is a part of the things to come. So just prepare yourselves. Prepare accordingly. Act
listen.
accordingly.
I
When it
told people
drops,
just expect some damn super neo noir Sin City like detective story, and I'm gonna give them an excuse to have some combat because I like fight scenes. But like I generally I like collaborating with niggas. Like I've never been able to collaborate with people on comic books in my life. I've done everything by myself. So when I collaborate with people, I just want it to be a fun time. Or let's just cut loose. Then we both artists, so like shit. I do an issue, you do an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
we could really cut loose. So I'm like
like
I love the
it
community we got, man, with this black indie comic space. It's so awesome, man. And
yeah, yeah, it really is. Like I've told my students, which is so weird for me to say. I have students. Oh my God, they
yo,
they listen to
listen,
me.
man. Listen, man. You got rank with us, man. you the OG with us, man.
Like I tell them that the some of the stuff that they've already done and the stuff that they're currently doing, it makes me feel proud, and I feel like, um, yeah, they're definitely the next generation. They're going to be the ones that take the mantle from me. I'm also putting this out here right now. Um, when I say this, I say it with all hyperbole and 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 and, and overconfident bluster that I'm the king of the Indies. I'm the king of the Indies, baby,
Talk that
because
shit.
because I do all of it. I do every single bit of it. Now, Fish,
Praying.
Mr. Fish, he is faster than I am. I will say that. I ain't even go front. He's faster.
He fast as
But
hell.
but that is, he is
He's fast as hell, bro.
he is fast as hell. I ain't even gonna
I
lie.
am a hater, bro. Like he is fast as shit, bro. Like
I
like I
I'm
respect,
a love
but at the
myself.
same time, I think your work ethic kind of fast, man. Like I know for me, I try to stick to like the typical monthly. You should be able to do 22 pages in a month, fully finished.
Yeah,
So like I know, like with Grimbone, I think I gave myself a test of like I should be able to do these in 3 months, 3 months, 3 issues. I should
right.
be able to be finished and cut. So when I did it, I'm like, yes. Now I know I could do it with anything. I did it with this. I could do it with anything. That is fire. What is that?
This uh I was at the last Memphis Comics Expo, and every time I see Mr. Fish, I talk to him, check and see, make sure he's doing okay, and because he's the nicest person ever. He really is. He's so sweet, and
I be seeing him on TikTok, man. I'll show love to his post sometimes because he do good work.
like Mr. Fish is a he is phenomenal. He is extremely nice, and he doesn't gatekeep. But I was out roaming the convention floor, and my nephew was actually uh, manning the table for me.
Mm.
And he just stopped by and said, "Here, give this to your uncle for me." And when I came back, uh, my nephew Xavier said, "Uncle Sean, here, Mr. Fish gave this to you." And I was like, "See, you didn't even have to do all that.
He ain't do all that now.
He didn't have to do all that." But I love the fact that he did, because again, he's so nice, and he's got future shock too.
Yeah, man. I want to do a review on it as well when I get it because when I wanted to do like I used to do podcasts for years. Like I don't tell y'all. I was a rapper, years ago. So I used to rap and stuff. But I always did comic books. I always drew comic books. So it's something I always did loudly. It's just like I was doing other stuff, so I always felt like it was distracting me from being fully immersed in just creating comics. So like now that I'm in it, all the energy I was putting into podcast and trying to talk to battle rap and MCs, I'm like, yo, I want to really focus this on creators. And so I definitely want to start reviewing you guys' stuff and reading it and giving my thoughts, you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like I got the right to say if something's good or bad. I feel like what I took from it and I say I enjoyed it because I enjoy a lot of the books I read. I'm not hard to impress for real. Like all your story got to be as entertaining, be straight to the point. Don't the rules you establish be consistent. Like just don't contradict what you showed me. Like if it's just a fun time, I'm here for a fun time.
Yeah, yeah, and
Like
that's what comics are. That's what it is. Like, yeah,
everything don't gotta be the deepest lore to me. I don't give a fuck about that personally when I'm reading the story. Like if I like the characters. Like if I enjoy the personality of a character and the interactions and situations they're in, I don't care that they're a ninth angel from the fifth dimension of Earth 9.
yeah, yeah.
I don't care about that.
Like, everything doesn't have to be the Dark Knight Returns, or it doesn't have to be the Watchmen, or Sandman. Sometimes it just be a kid with a stuffed cat that he imagines is real, and sometimes it can just be Calvin Hobbes, baby. That's all we need. You
Like the
know,
Boondocks with this comic strips. Originally when I wanted to get into comics, my thing was I just used to like movies.
yeah.
I was talking. I don't know. Him, Javaris Burton. Joe Black must die. That's my
Hmm.
dog. I like talking to homie and stuff. And I was telling them, man, I when I came into space, I felt I always had more fun with people who just weren't diehard comic nerds or like people who had other interests outside of comics because like I can feel it a lot of the time. Like I can tell you love superheroes, but you're not above being critical of superhero comic books. Like
Yeah.
I'm a fan enough to where like I have strong critiques of the genre because I love it so much. I'm not a
Yeah.
fanboy where y'all could just feed me slop.
Right.
No,
Like, I I comics are whatever you decide to make it. They can be in whatever dimensions you want it to be. They can be the typical comic book is 6.625 inches by 10.25 inches. It doesn't have to be. The reason why it doesn't have to be is because manga has showed us that it doesn't have to be.
it could be smaller monsters we make. That's hard.
Hey man, Uh,
I got to get it for my son, but my son wants that so bad, and I have to. I've been seeing because I was in the and what I always hated when I used to hear this thing of black people don't support each other, or black people don't work together, and when I was hated that because like, yo, I watched the rise of a lot of black studios,
hmm
large like North Caesar, like North
Yeah,
Caesar was in Charlotte. Charlotte's my hometown, so like me and my homie, when we was doing Jack Hayman and Melody Crown, he pitched Melody Crown to North Caesar, and I remember that's how I knew about Nicholas Ivy Draper because he was the lead artist for Exogenesis. Like that's why I say I've been following Buddy for a while, and then I just think, look at that, he got kissed.
Keisha Demon Eater.
Yeah,
Uh,
Dream Fury be killing that shit, man.
Even more, even more. Midnight Tiger.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's that shit.
Like when I make sure that I go out of my way to support. I
But
Bitterroot, baby.
of course, Bitterroot, baby. That shit there, boy.
Uh, Even I make sure that I support the indies. Mr. Fish, Alice in Wonderland. Like I even more. The first volume of Monster Bay.
Mm,
Um, Apple Black.
yeah, you got Apple Black in there, man.
Like I don't I. It's one thing to say it, but it's a whole nother monster whenever you have to prove it. And I make sure that I show and prove all as much as humanly possible.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I be envying y'all, man, because like outside of like the digitals and frees, I I've been so tapped lately when I came into this thing, man. I'm trying to get the freedom to really finally be able to invest in everybody's books. That shit there is hard. Who's that?
Victor Laval's Destroyer.
I like that, John, man. I like that cover.
Man, look, again, I talk a lot of shit, and this one's an exclusive.
Yeah, hey man, Ace Blade be killing his shit out here, man.
I know, but look closer at the cover. I don't know if you can see the cover, but
No, okay, I see you did just shit. I saw your name on it too. You did your
yeah,
shit right there.
yeah. So I definitely not only I definitely support. I support, and
That shit is awesome, man.
it feels so good to do so. Uh, Another one of the homies, David Walker, the hated.
Oh, Western too.
Yeah. Uh, Wingless Comics, her.
That's fire.
I know. Like we put out so much good stuff straight from the motherland, from Africa.
Oh, hey man, I be in them Facebook groups, man. Them guys from Africa, Nigeria, from
Yes,
Senegal,
they kill
they
it.
they be cooking, man. They the dudes in the stage I be trying to tell these niggas, bro.
Alchemus.
Oh, I've been seeing dog art too. That shit be looking bananas, like some hyper detailed Power Rangers type shit.
Man, yes.
Oh
Yes.
man, that John Jett.
Even though it's not black, I still like it.
No,
To
I
this
be
day,
seeing All
All
Star
Star.
Comics. He does his thing
Like I love
with the
to
All Star.
support.
Yeah,
I love to support it. Like it as long as you got some cool then I got your back. I got a lot of a trading justice because I backed his Kickstarter 4 times.
oh man, hey man, he making sure people get their stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about him. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Project Moonlight, another Kickstarter that I backed. It is
Mm,
a manga anthology. This is a sleeper.
that,
Trust me when I say it's a
that
sleeper.
that cover gives me like rival schools energy, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm
Like, like it's again, these are the things that I truly love. Uh, one of my homies went to the same high school that I did,
Mm.
Charles Banks. He only sends his stuff out at conventions that I've seen and that we've been to. But he's the homie. Uh, and yeah, I definitely support the homies
So I'm always gonna support the homies, man.
always. Uh, and one of my personal favorites. Only
Wow.
be- the main reason why is because I remember when he was first created, because he had a high top fade with a Gucci and wore a leather jacket. I know, I know, because I designed it, and I'm glad that he redesigned that shit. I'm, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm glad that he redid that. It's like, okay, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. It was the '90s. It was a different time. It was a
Nah,
different.
the leather jacket, man. Listen, Superboy had one. They gave Wonder Woman one for a moment. Everybody had a damn leather jacket.
Yeah, leather jacket, high top fade with a Gucci. It made no sense.
I, I do want to say, man. In my opinion, man, it's just to close out. I've enjoyed this, man. I've always been honored to be able to like share words with you in general, especially just the fact that like you didn't have to come in and put us on a no game, bro. Like you didn't have to do none of that. That was solely off the volition of, like you said, you just believed in that next generation of people. You know what I'm saying? Like you believed in that next. And just some final thoughts as far as for how do you feel indie comics as a whole are going to be in the next 5 or 6 years? Do you think this is a good direction we're going in, where like so many indie creators, like, do you think we will be able to get a foothold that the big publishers do? What are your thoughts on that?
um, I don't think that we need a foothold at the big publishers, because if we keep on doing, all we have to do is stay in our lane. Um, when the second that you pay attention to somebody else's lane, you end up getting into an accident because you're doing too much. You stay in your lane. You continue to be consistent and put out as much dope material as you possibly can. Um, that's really what it's all about. You're going to find your fans, your tribe. Uh, our community is a lot bigger than what anybody could possibly imagine.
Right.
All we have to do is stay the course and support, grow, and nurture our community. We are I'm breeding a whole generation, a whole new generation of artists and writers and creators that are going to lead the industry at some point in time. And if you are Marvel or if you're DC, doesn't really matter. You either gonna get down or you gonna lay down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
That's
stay the fuck out our way, respectfully,
yeah, yeah. That's all you gotta do. Like,
and stay out our way. I ain't.
y'all can
I,
keep regurgitating the same stuff that you've been doing for past 80 years or so. We're going to keep on moving forward and making true progress. If you can like it or you cannot like it, but you better learn to love it.
you better learn.
Point Ric Flair, it's the best thing going today. Woo! Okay.
Listen, man. I want to say, man. It's been an honor to be able to share interview space with you, just to pick your brain. Like, I wanted this to feel like it's just a barbershop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is just the
yeah.
homies. I want the homies to come up, talk about their comic books, their IPs. Pick your brain about the general indie space, but also kind of celebrate you, because like I feel like we wait to give people their flowers like when they're like big and famous. And I don't wait. If I fuck with you now, I'm a fan now. Like I'm a fan of Future Shock now. Like he met Buddy, but dude ain't really trust his daddy like that. So now like now you gotta look at his daddy kind of questionable. But hey man, Black Star, he trusts his daddy. He like, hey man, man, give him a chance. He a good dude. But then he don't know what his daddy even got into. So now he like, damn, man. I like that shit. I
Yeah.
don't need it to be the greatest thing ever, but I like it when like, hey man, put these characters in interesting situations. Like really like challenge this nigga. Like, the basic shit, things that you would think about. I enjoy that. I'm here for a good time. And I had a good time reading Future Shock. I love the kingdom. I enjoyed because I think I was telling you about I can't draw environments. I ain't gonna hold out. I was hating a little bit. I drew the city at the end. I was hating a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, well, this motherfucker here, bro. This is it. Then there's the whole scenario how you did it. I love the world building. I love the banter with the characters. It just ain't feel like you were trying to do too much. Like I grew up on Justice League, so I got strong, good old Dwayne McDuffie vibes. Like, look, I'm here for a good time, good characters, like good ensemble. Gave them some excuses to fight, had some fun fight scenes, but it was I enjoyed what I read, man. I personally I can't wait to give a official review of Future Shock myself and the Kingdom. But um, if there's any comments you want before we close out, we can. But like just to let you know, I'm a fan, bro. What are your closing thoughts, brother?
Well, first of all, I thank you and I appreciate the fact that you invited me here to be able to do this.
Of course,
Um, I think I just want everybody out there to know that, you know, we are a very, this is, if you love comics, if you love new things that you haven't read before, if you truly love the medium, don't be afraid to check out some of these indie cats. Not even just me. While I would appreciate it, I'll
right?
definitely appreciate it. But you know, check out everybody. Check out, read as much as you can, and enjoy all of it because it is truly worth enjoying. And if you feel like this is something that you want to do, by all means, hey, you can find me on the socials platforms and things. Hit me up. If I can't tell you the thing that you need to know, at least I'll be able to point you in the direction where you need to look.
Definitely. Definitely, man. And I feel like you done that for me. You know what I'm saying? For looking into format my stuff to get it printed better, so with these next releases. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, I was watching how you use your airbrushing. You did your shading a little bit. You notice how you were doing that for your characters, how like you had to highlight to give it like such an extra dimension.
Mhm.
What I mean? I peeped your style a little bit, you know what I mean? I mean, I peeped your style a little bit, I did your
Hey, hey,
uh
the game is to be showed, not you know, the
yeah,
game is to be showed. I don't
listen,
gatekeep.
I ain't no hater, right? I've always said I enjoy being around other creative people because, as an artist specifically too, like I look to my peers, like I see what y'all do. I see, hell, okay, I like how he does his shading. I like how he does his facial features, or he's expressive. I enjoy, how he does his covers. Like I enjoy the cover where Buddy was standing over Black Star, like he'd pounded him into the ground. I said, shit, that's some Nightfall vibes to me. And I can tell this is like, yeah, this is some WrestleMania, you know, WrestleMania Hulk Hogan versus The Rock type shit. Like this is a grand slam. What you said, two men slapping me.
Big meaty man slap meat, baby. That's what it's about.
Oh man, but man, it was an honor to have you up here, man. I'm definitely gonna release this in a week. I'm gonna just, I'll put some pictures up of your pages of your stuff. Make it look real dope for the interview. But I'll be able to keep you up when I'm gonna drop it.
Okay, not a problem. Not a
Yeah.
problem.
All right.
Again, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Always, man. And listen, please, you can check out Nerdrap Podcast on YouTube as soon as the interview drops. Shockwave, Comics or Shockwave Comics Studios. Is that
Yeah,
the whole title? Okay.
yeah,
Please make sure that we follow him on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that you hear Shockwave Comics and you see Future Shock in the Kingdom. Follow it, subscribe, go to Global Comics. You can read. the first three issues of Black Star, and then you even can read the Kingdom three for free 99. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think later on you pay on, but hell, you get the first 3 4 issues off the strength. So I mean, a little $3, to read the rest. You can do that. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Y'all can do that. You know what I mean?
And if you have a gold membership to Global Comics, oh, you could just read it for free.
So there you have it. You know what I mean? So again, bro, it was an honor to have you here, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's the Nerdrap podcast, man, and we are out.
All right. Peace out, y'all.